Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. This is the vacant WBO World Lightweight Championship. Manchester, are you ready? Please welcome into the ring from California, USA, Jose Zepeda!
He's a man who comes with a fearsome reputation. Boxing fans love punchers, and this is one of them. Trainer Robert Alcazar says that he has Oscar De La Hoya's dedication and Edwin Valero's power. Well, that's some recommendation if that's true. This is going to be a hard night for Terry Flanagan. But words are cheap. Can he deliver? But he has had 17 wins inside 3 rounds.
Well, they're sort of Valero's stats right there, aren't they? He's tremendous. And he's a natural puncher. He doesn't look like he hits hard, but yet they all fall over, and that's just natural power.
I wonder whether he'd be tight at the weights. He's never had to make the lightweights level before, 9'9". Previous lightest his scale was 9'11", but he looked great at the weigh-in yesterday. Seems to have done his preparation well. He's sparred Tim Bradley, Floyd Mayweather, and he will be a handful.
Please welcome into the ring from Manchester, England, Terry Flanagan!
It's 14 years ago that Ricky Hatton fought in this very arena against Jason Rowland. I was there that night. Hatton got a phenomenal reception, and Flanagan is also getting a Mancunian speciality. The local lad from Ancoats, just down the road, only about a mile or so from here. Grew up on a council estate close to this very arena, and now here he's in touching distance of a world title. The crowd's going to be a big factor. He says he's the biggest and the strongest that he's ever been. Against somebody like the fearsomely powerful Jose Zepeda, he will need to be. Eldest of 6 kids, self-effacing, not somebody to give it the big I am. He just likes to be judged on his performances. He's done it the hard way in many ways, but he's made it here to the cusp of a title, the WBO lightweight title, now up for grabs. Penny for his thoughts right now.
Biggest fight of his life. You know, it's what every boxer dreams of, fighting for the world title in front of your home crowd. It's all on him now, John. It's all on him.
He looks confident. Is he going to be able to deliver when the bell goes? The nerves are surely jangling. Trainer Steve Maylett alongside him. And in a moment or two, we will hear the formal announcement for this WBO lightweight title fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Warren for Queensbury Promotions in association with Zepeda Promotions, sponsored by Coral, Flagstick, transmission from the National Cycling Centre Velodrome here in Manchester, England. Your officials are appointed by the WBO, and your 3 scoring judges at ringside are Mr. Zoltan Yidi of Hungary, Mr. Ramon Sedan of Argentina, and Mr. Carlos Ortiz of Puerto Rico. Your WBO supervisor in charge is Isvan Koko Kovac of Hungary. Your British Boxing Board of Control supervisor is Mr. Alistair Hayes. Your timekeeper at the bell is Jamie Kirkpatrick. And when the action begins, your referee in charge is Mr. Marcus McDonald of England. And now to introduce the contestants. Firstly, fighting out of the red corner stands a man whose unbeaten record reads 23 wins with 20 KOs to his name. At yesterday's weigh-in, he scaled 9 stone, 8 pounds, 8 ounces, and tonight he wears the red and gold shorts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from California, USA, Jose Zepeda! And across the ring, in the blue corner, stands the former British and now the current WBO European champion. A man whose unbeaten record reads 27 wins with 10 KOs to his name. At yesterday's weigh-in, he scaled 9 stone, 9 pounds, and tonight he wears the blue, yellow and pink shorts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Manchester, Terry Turbo Flanagan! It's time to go toe-to-toe. Your referee will now give his final instructions to both boxers.
Terry, I spoke to you both in the dressing room. You know what I expect? Act like professionals at all times, obey my instructions, watch your heads, keep it clean. Any questions? Let's go to work.
Ladies and gentlemen, 12 training rounds for the reigning WBO World Lightweight Championship.
Here we go then. 10 years ago, Terry Flanagan managed to blag his way into the MEN arena when Ricky Hatton beat Costa Zoo. Now here he is with his very own moment. And on that night, he tried to get Hatton's gloves. Bobby Rimmer, who was in Hatton's corner, said, "No, I don't think so. Go away, Sonny." Well, Bobby Rimmer is now leaning on the corner of the ring and is helping in that corner and helping Terry Flanagan maybe to fulfill his destiny.
Got a good start there from Flanagan. Nice sharp left hand. Obviously with the Zepeda's power, you've got to keep a really tight defence, which luckily Flanagan usually has a very tight defence. But he also has to put a lot of pressure on Zepeda.
Couple of nice jabs from Zepeda. We know that Flanagan is always super fit. If it goes long, then surely that is going to be something which is going to favour Terry Flanagan. You would think, but he's got to stay somehow clear of those power punches. It's the backhand, particularly that left hand of Zepeda, which is the danger.
Not quite connecting there with the left hand, Flanagan.
Does let that hand drop low though, Zepeda, and I'm sure that Flanagan and his coach will have been studying that, his whole team, they'll have been working on that. Now here he comes with those powerful hooks, Zepeda. Swings quite long, doesn't he? He's quite wide shots.
Very wide with that, especially with the back left hand in the southpaw stance. But I think he carries enough power if you just be happy to get out of the way or block it, rather than try and counter, take the risk.
Zepeda looking nice and relaxed. Neither of these guys have ever been 12 rounds, by the way.
Again, just falling a little bit short, but not that time with the left hand, Flanagan.
Flanagan, I'm sure, will have been told, let's just keep it tight in these early stages, though.
That's better for Flanagan, just a little bit of movement in the shoulders, bending their legs a little bit. And a little bit of bounce in his step, that's better. And a good jab as well from that.
Physically looks slightly the bigger man, Flanagan.
He does, but he's the one who, since the start of his career, who's come up with the weights, and Zepeda's come down.
Zepeda looks very easy, doesn't he? Very relaxed. Catching Flanagan as he comes in with a right hand as the heads clash. Mexican parentage, Zepeda, born in Long Beach, California. Well, fascinating opening round, but not a lot between them.
No, you couldn't split them there because you were both having a good look.
Steve Maynard with Terry Flanagan.
Listen, need to settle down now. Need a few more feints and stuff, yeah? And then what I need is not to keep looking for that one shot over there, yeah? Keep looking for that slip backhand and going a bit big with it, yeah? Yeah? Do more feints, right? And then double jab backhand, yeah? Big friend. Go first round now. Don't need to be loading up yet, yeah? Stick with speed. Need a few more feints.
Seconds out, round 2.
Settle into it, okay? Settle into it. That's it, get a base working.
That's better from Flanagan. Just keep that head movement, that little fidgety movements there, just so Zepeda can't set himself. And keep that busy jab pumping out. Oh, lovely right hand there from Flanagan. And a good left hand as well.
Kel Brook, incidentally, sitting at ringside. Hoping, I'm sure, that Britain gets another world champion. Again, Flanagan beating Zepeda to the punch.
Just always got to be aware of what's coming back with Zepeda. We haven't seen the power from Zepeda yet, but it's obviously there. But I think for me, the little fidgety movements of Flanagan are what's going to keep Zepeda a little bit tentative and letting his hands go.
He is always very busy, isn't he? Always a high work rate.
Yeah.
He's always looking to do something. He doesn't have moments of prolonged moments of inactivity. Again, the heads clash. It's looking very much as though this is going to be a very good matchup indeed.
Good round so far, though, for Terry Flanagan.
Flanagan was there's a good shot from Zepeda. Flanagan was a narrow betting favourite with the bookies.
Good body shot there from Flanagan.
He was caught when he came in, but it was kind of a flicking shot from Zepeda. No great power in it.
When Zepeda's walking him down, that's where Flanagan have got to throw the feint and change the angle, then attack.
Zepeda being forced onto the back foot. Not too many have been able to do that.
No, it's good pressure here from Terry Flanagan. The right idea. Don't get the punch of momentum coming forward.
Zepeda complaining to the referee about Flanagan coming in and using his head.
But whilst he was complaining, Flanagan's landing with a body shot.
Has Zepeda got a problem with his shoulder?
Oh, you can see it, it's terrible, the left shoulder.
I don't know. Let's see if he throws the left hand. Surely not going to win this fight one-handed.
You can see it there. See the bone hanging out?
Well, that is a round for Flanagan, and he goes back to his corner in trouble. He's in trouble, and they know it. He might not be able to fight on. It's off. It's all over.
Referee hasn't seen it yet.
I think they've called it off.
The doctor's waiting for the referee to say no. Referee hasn't noticed the doctor. Zepeda sat there in loads of pain.
They're trying to reset it. I think it's been dislocated, and they're trying to reset it in the corner, and they're saying they can't do it. And I don't think the doctor's going to allow this to continue.
The problem you get with resetting it, it's easy to fall back out again.
Now, I assume that this has not been done in accordance with the fight, so this would be a technical draw. Or has it been done by a shot? Well, that's going to be the case. Has it been done by a punch?
It's not back in. They couldn't put it back in. They tried.
It's off. Well, the fight's not going to continue. A couple of programs have been thrown into the ring. The crowd don't know what's going on. I don't think Flanagan and his corner are too sure what's going on. But I can tell you that Zepeda is in absolute agony.
I think he's retired himself.
Well, the celebrations have started. It never took off as a fight, and we couldn't really see how it happened. But the end product is that Terry Flanagan is world champion.
You've got to feel happy for the kid. It's not the ideal way to finish a fight, but he was boxing very well, Terry Flanagan, and who knows what would happen. He wasn't troubled by the power. It was early days, of course, but that shoulder was bad for Jose Zepeda. You could see the bone sticking out.
Well, it's great moments of celebration. Now let's watch here. There he throws that shot, and there, as he misses, he missed, didn't he? And you can see that the shoulder went.
They both sort of locked arms there, but they both throw a punch.
Here we go, there.
No.
That's where it goes.
Just really bad luck there for Jose Zepeda. What a result though for Terry Flanagan, WBO lightweight champion of the world.
Well, it's going to take some time for that shoulder to be put right. The obvious suggestion is there's got to be a rematch, but I don't think that's going to come easily, because it's not going to happen overnight, because he's got to get himself fit again after that, and who knows, it might require surgery. Terry Flanagan, though, meanwhile, look at that, isn't that a lovely moment? There's little Frankie up there in the ring with him. He'll remember that forever.
Please take your seats. If you don't sit down, there will be no presentation. Please take your seats and respect.
Master of Ceremonies just encouraging a bit of order in the crowd. Noisy celebrations all around us. And Marcus has just come across and leaned over the ropes just to confirm our surmise of it. He's injured himself. Zepeda's injured himself. Not an accident, he's injured himself. Therefore, Terry Flanagan wins. And there's the moment of congratulations from the man I was telling you about, Bobby Rimmer. Sweet little moment, that. And Terry Flanagan, at the age of 25, has emulated Ricky Hatton. He said that he sees a little bit of himself in Hatton, insofar as Hatton was a man of the people. He likes to see himself as being cut of the same cloth, and he's got there.
Well, Steve Wood was saying early on in the interview about how dedicated Terry Flanagan is, and how with true dedication you can achieve so much. And Terry Flanagan, through that dedication, has become a world champion.
Well, we will have the presentation shortly, but again, the Master of Ceremonies imploring the crowd to settle down and take their seats.
To be honest, John, they're just trying to get in the ring to celebrate with Terry Flanagan.
Well, you can understand their excitement.
Yeah, there's no trouble, they're just trying to get in the ring to celebrate.
Poor old Jose Zepeda cuts a disconsolate figure in the corner. Still getting treatment. He's got an ice pack on that damaged shoulder. And what a horrible moment of disappointment for him. And indeed for the fans who'd been anticipating a terrific fight. Yeah, great result for Britain, great result for Terry Flanagan, but not the fight we'd hoped for.
We were expecting a great fight, the big puncher against the tremendous work rate of Flanagan. And it was warming up nicely, I feel. You know, I think Flanagan had a tremendous start, especially in the second round. So Peter didn't really get going, but, you know, these things happen in boxing. And hopefully there'll be a return somewhere down the line. But Flanagan will be looking for maybe more local defences.
And again, the crowd being told to sit down, take their seats, or the presentation will not go ahead. I think we will be moving onwards before too long now. Flanagan is there waiting to have the belt presented to him. Here we go. I think, again, they're asking for the fans to sit down, but you can see again that was the moment that the shoulder of Zepeda went when he missed.
It's just really freakish bad luck, isn't it?
There.
You can see the bone hanging out straight away. Just really bad luck, just really unfortunate thing to happen, and a fight which was warming up nicely. But anyway, John, who cares? Terry Flanagan is WBO lightweight champion of the world.
Yeah, he's
got British fans, that's all that matters.
He's got his moments, but will he really feel like a champion, though, winning like that?
He will. It's not the ideal situation. You all want to do a 12-round decision. That's good enough. It's good enough, John. It was not his fault. He's done nothing wrong. He was boxing well. He's trained hard for it. He'll feel like a world champion, and he'll get that first defence under his belt, and he'll move on from there.
Meanwhile, Zepeda has had his left arm placed in a sling. He's still in a lot of pain there. And not only a damaged shoulder, but also, I'm sure, a damaged ego, because he'd come here thinking he'd be able to just blow Flanagan away like he has done everybody else.
And I gotta say, people will be complaining, obviously, about he's quit. But Carl Thompson, the toughest boxer I've ever seen, he was winning a fight, a world title fight against Rocchicini, and he couldn't come out for the 12th round. Now, if Carl Thompson can't come out for the round with a dislocated shoulder, nobody can.
It happened to that shrinking violet Vitaly Klitschko against Chris Bird, didn't it?
Exactly.
The man who went on against the thousands and thousands of demonstrators in Ukraine and calmed them down single-handed.
Exactly. You know what I mean? The tougher men than Zepeda have packed in because of him.
Well, Terry Flanagan's ready. Mark Burdiss is ready. Everybody's still standing up. Tears from Jose Zepeda's family and supporters. But I think we're more or less in a position where we can get on with this now. Zepeda leaving the ring. Let's see if we can go ahead with the presentation of the WBO lightweight title belt now. Terry Flanagan is poised up there in the ring. Mark Burdiss is ready, so let's go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the beginning of the third round, the fight has been stopped. Jose Zepeda was in no position to continue. The winner by TKO, and now the new WBO World Lightweight Champion from Manchester, Terry Flanagan!
It's a story which will grow. It's a support base which will surely grow. He is a world champion, and this is his moment. It's what fighters dream about. An unfashionable fighter in some senses, something of a Cinderella man, but he's made it all the way, and he now is the world champion.
The first Englishman to win a world lightweight title. Terry Flanagan. He will feel a certain amount of sympathy, I am sure, for his opponent, who right just down from me is now being levered onto a stretcher and taken away out of the ring in enormous pain as well, and I'm sure there will be calls for a rematch as well. But Terry Flanagan, living round the corner, has done Manchester proud tonight. One or two of his fans might have got a little bit boisterous, but they have my sympathies as well. But let's get the views of Stevie Lillis and Liam Smith. Liam, first of all, the ending, a lot of people thought, well, that'll be a no contest, but because the wound was sort of, injury was self-inflicted, the verdict goes to Flanagan.
Yeah, I've seen the referee come over and say to the judge, because he injured himself, it's Flanagan gets the win. So, you know, you need that kind of look in boxing, and you look at other fighters. Kevin Mitchell had a war for his one, but, you know, if I was Terry, I'd throw that WBO European away. He's got a world title around his waist, and, you know, he's a world champion.
And there goes Zepeda.
Yeah, you've got to feel for Zepeda.
Terrible pain as well, and getting a bit of oxygen there now too.
Yeah, terrible. We've seen it often. I mean, fair play. Liam spotted it about a verdict for anybody. Yeah. We've seen it before in fights. I can remember, you know, Danny Williams winning a fight one-handed. Carl Thompson against Rochi Gianni first on his C-shoulder injury, but I feel so sorry for him. But, you know, I'm also elated for Terry. You know, it's not Terry's fault the injury happened. He's worked his way into that #1 position with his wins, and, you know, and it was developing into a great fight. It's not the way he would have wanted to win the world title. Of course it's not, but he's not going to say no to it because of an unfortunate injury that Zepeda's caused to himself.
Would you join the clamour for an instant rematch on that one?
If I was Zepeda, yeah, but if I was, I think the type of person Terry is, he's boxed everyone his whole career. He was avoided, do you know what I mean? So I think the type of person, that type of team they are, if Zepeda fast for a rematch, I think they'll be more than happy to give him one.
There's no, they won't avoid pay. I know them really well. They're honest people. Steve Wood, his manager, is one of the best guys in boxing. Zepeda won't be ready for a while yet.
But what a story! I mean, scaffolder a couple of years ago, world champion.
Everybody involved.
Exactly.
Steve Maley, you know, everyone. Steve Maley, he was an amateur coach, just turned over with him. He's been on this adventure. Steve Wood, who's put thousands into boxing and lost thousands. You know, he brought it to Frank Warren at the same time. You know, he's fantastic. It's a fantastic story.
Absolutely.
And I hope he cashes in it now and makes plenty of money. And I hope we do see the Zepeda rematch down the line, and in fairness.
What did you make of the fight?
I was getting excited. It was going to be a good fight. It seemed to be brewing for a good fight. They both started letting the backhands go, and, you know, it's just a shame that it ended that way, but not for Terry. Went.
Goodness me, Bunsey's hopped into the ring to do the interview. Let's join him now.
And it makes sense to be in the ring with the new WBO lightweight champion. Terry, your fans have been fantastic, and that's why we're doing the interview in the ring, so they can all see you. What's your first thoughts on being a world champion?
Well, first, can I say, I wouldn't have been fighting tonight if it weren't for my physio, Valen. He's done everything for me. My nutritionist, Greg Marriott, he's the main man. Anyone who wants to become world champion needs to get on board with him, because he's great. Steve, everyone, all my team, Frank, Francis, Steve Woods, first world champion, absolutely made up.
I think that's a mark of the man that you are, that the first thing you do is you start thanking everybody. Let's talk about you a little bit. Did you realise that the shoulder was gone in that second round?
I don't know. I thought he might have just done it and he'd carry on. I thought he might have been playing on it a bit, trying to lead me in, so I thought I had the beating of him anyway. I knew I did. I gave him the first round, and then I started landing early on in the second round, getting my jab going. I started to get my range, and I knew I had the beating of him. I was relaxed, calm, cool, collected. I knew I was gonna win that fight no matter what.
Now, he did catch you with, I thought, one good right hook in the first round. Did you feel it?
No, I don't feel no. I'm tough as old boots, as they say.
So you didn't get the test if he could bang as hard as everyone said he could?
No, he hit me. I didn't feel anything. No. I must have been numb in the head. Yeah.
Now, the obvious thing is here, the fans here will come back. They'll come back, they'll fill this venue. They may even fill another venue. And why not some fantastic news for Zepeda, who's going off to hospital? Would you fight him again, Terry? Would you give him another crack?
I want the rematch with him. I want to prove that I'm the better boxer, and I will fight him again and beat him again without the injury, without the shoulder.
In Manchester again.
In Manchester. Here again, but fill it.
Steve, it's been a long old journey, a patient old journey, sometimes a slow old journey. It's all come right tonight. I know it was only 2 rounds, but how was it going in your mind, Steve?
Yeah, well, we all know what Terry's about, and he's about work rate, high volume, and the first round I thought was sensible, really, which is not sometimes something he always does. And then in the second round, he started stepping up, but the work rate was only going to get more and more and more, and he would have put it on him. He's in the best shape of his life, and I think we'd have come out victorious no matter what. It's not the way we wanted to win it, but we'd have won it anyway.
Yeah, I think we've been robbed of a brilliant fight. What might you do now? Might you have like a couple of hours off at least? Not go running in the morning?
Yeah, I'll have the week, couple of weeks off, go on holiday with my missus and baby, and come back and get back in the gym.
Francis, Steve Wood, fantastic Steve. Francis, what? I mean, I wasn't joking about Zepeda. They're in tears. It was shaping up into a great fight. How do we stand with that? Might we have to have a rematch?
Well, yeah, obviously if Terry wants to prove that, you know, he was going to come through that fight on top, you know, despite an injury. But, you know, it is a shame tonight because it was shaping up to be, you know, a terrific fight. But listen, we got a new hero in Manchester. We got the lightweight champion of the world standing next to me here, and we'll be back in the autumn. We got obviously we're sorting an opponent out. We'll let everyone know, you know, as soon as we've arranged that. But for now, let's just congratulate Terry Flanagan, who is the new WBO World Lightweight Champion.
Yeah. And let me just say something. Even if Zepeda's, they set his arm now, he was not going to fight for 9 or 10 months. They want one fight, so that fight's 18 months down the road. You can have 6 or 7 defences in Manchester, Terry.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
Terry, listen, everyone talks about that night you saw Ricky Hatton, okay? It must have been a fantastic night. You nearly nicked the gloves, you didn't. You had to settle for a towel or whatever it was. Did you really think you'd get your chance, that you'd be in front of this fantastic Mancunian crowd with a proper world title around your waist?
Did I? I don't even really believe in myself. That's the worst thing about it. I'm in the changing rooms thinking, doubting myself all the time. Now I'm world champion, I can start believing in myself, and you see a better me.
Well, when he gets a bit of confidence, Steve, when he gets a bit of confidence, he might be a decent fighter.
Well, do you know what? Nothing's fazed him. He was the calmest kid in the dressing room, and he knew he was going to win, so I think he's kidding you to say he was a bit nervous. He was dead cool in there, and it helped us as well. We all felt confidence, and he bounced off us then, so it was great. But stop asking him who he's going to fight. He's going to fight Steve Armand again. He's going to fight that Zepeda again. You know, we'll carry on going, and if we have to fight them again down the line, we will do.
We'll fight the people you have to fight. Terry, just a last word. Your fans, they've been absolutely fantastic. They've come out in their thousands. Give a final word to them, a final thank you to them.
Yeah, I love them. Most of these are just my friends off the estate and stuff like that, just normal people. And to come out and watch me, a kid off the estate, lift a world title is unreal. Can't explain it.
Can't explain it. He's got a long walk back. It's going to take him about 2 minutes, Jim. Back to you and the boys, and I want to see plenty of smiling.
Absolutely right. Well done to Terry Flanagan. Well done to the Steves Wood and made it. And well done to the Flanagan Army as well. They have a world champion to support. And just a couple of quick ones. One to you. Ricky Hatton, I'm sure, will be watching somewhere in front of a television. He was sure that Terry would win tonight. Pretty similar characters. No airs and graces. Off from the meaner streets of Manchester and coming through to the top of this game.
There's a lot. He's got that appeal, you know, like Terry. You know, both come from Ricky, both from councils, and they have got that appeal. You remember with Ricky, it grew small. It started at leisure centres and it grew and grew and grew. So who knows where this adventure is going to end up in 12 months' time if he remains undefeated. There's 2 or 3 more defences. Be one of those things, you know. A mushroom. People say you want to go to a Terry Flanagan fight. What a day out! What a night! And the support mushrooms, and before you know it, you're filling the arena down the road, the MEA or the Manchester Arena.
And great for the fight came another world champion.
Yeah, another one to add to the collection. You know, another one up north. You know, I'm looking forward to boxing on. Probably his first defence now. I'm looking forward to boxing on the undercard.
And just looking at those scenes in there, hearing the reaction, you must deep down be thinking, I fancy some of that as well.
Yeah. You know, every boxer will tell you they fancy it, but every boxer needs the timing, and the timing's got to be right, and I'm pretty sure I'll have mine.
Your time will come. That's a Box Nation guarantee. Don't worry about that. So we have a new world champion in Terry Flanagan on Friday week. We might have